welcome back to my channel. It's Rene Marcus. Thank you so very much for tuning in, and if you're new to my channel, please do me that favor and press that subscribe button. Don't forget to like, share and also subscribe. So today it's about the young generation and social media. When I talk, I basically talk about my country, the Gambia. You guys already know this, right? Social media, it's something huge, you know. It was made for something good, but then it turned out to be that people are using it also for something negative. And it does have its good and also its bad. But I think nowadays the negative, it's more than the positive. Is social media now safe for the younger generation? Should we be encouraging the younger generation to basically use social media? Well, I don't think we can stop them. But still, we can advise, we can talk, we can try and help them so that we can protect them from dangers that could basically occur when using social media. When I say danger, it basically involves a lot of things. So because in Gambia, internet, anyone can access internet if you have money. Now that Wi-Fi is available in restaurants, hotels, you know, at homes, it's easier for kids to access internet and access their social media accounts. And this has become something that parents should be aware of. Some parents are aware of it. Some parents are like, maybe they are, but they don't really care, because at the end of the day, they're like, okay, it's my child. I've taught them what to do. I've basically taught them the dangers of social media. If they decide to go on it, whatever happens to them, they're on their own, you know. But that's not how a parent should actually react, if you ask me. And the reason why I believe this topic should be talked about, it's because if a teenager is actually watching, even an adult like my age, well, I hope you learn from this. And if you're a parent, please sit your child down so they can watch this as well. Especially the females, like us female, I think we need to be more careful when it comes to social media, because we meet all different type of people all the time. And especially when it comes to like us, the pretty girls, hey, men will be at us like constantly. And with men, they know how to make their way to you. They know how to get you. They know how to sweet talk you till they get what they want. So in Gambia, I realized that a lot of these young girls do go on social media to fish out friends, to fish out men. And it has become so common that like most of them are not even shy to talk about it with their friends and stuff like that, like share IDs and things like that. Oh my God, this is bad. And the thing is sometimes a child could have a social media account, like multiple social media accounts, and maybe the parent will only know that, oh, okay, my child is on Instagram, and not know that their child is actually on Snapchat. Because what that child would do, even though the parent actually checks their phone all the time, but they will have to delete the account once they're done with it. So delete the app off their phone once they're done with it, once they're at home. When they know that, okay, their parent is actually not around, that's when they will actually download the app again and do what they have to do and then delete the app. A lot of us do that, you know. So parents should be more aware of what their children are doing. It's very important for parents to build a strong relationship with their kids. When your child has gone to school or maybe gone to work and stuff like that, or you've been away, you're back home now, bring all your kids together, you know, ask them about their day. If you can ask them one-to-one, perfect. Sit with them, talk to them, make sure that there's no secrets, you know, because sometimes kids can be scared to talk to their parents and they feel like, okay, or maybe their parents are not always there. So they feel so bored to the extent that they feel like, okay, social media has it all. They can go and make friends just like that. And within a flick of an eye, that person becomes their best friend. They can basically open up to that person and tell them everything about them. And it has become something so serious in the Gambia that a lot of us girls nowadays use social media to fish out men to get what we want. So when I say fish out men, men do it as well, but I'm basically talking about the females, because it's us that have the pride. Men can do whatever they want and still get what they want at the end of the day. But us, once we actually lose our pride, that is it. We don't gain it back. So this is the reason why I like to talk to my Gambian queens and not the men, because I believe that us women, if we're actually doing something wrong, we need someone to actually sit and basically talk to us, so that if we are one of those people that are doing something wrong, we should sit back and think about it. A lot of girls nowadays in the Gambia would actually go on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, name it, Twitter, and all these other social media platforms to fish out men. They will have one in the States, one guy in Italy, one guy in Germany, one guy in England, one guy somewhere else in Spain or wherever. And what they would then do is, start coming up with different stories to basically get what they want from these guys. Sometimes they can even give them names, like specific names, so that they know who they're actually dealing with. And they will still have one in the Gambia. You will see, let's say iPhone 12 is out. Okay, Rene have had the iPhone XR for a while, and all my friends have got the iPhone 12. Why am I still holding on XR? Like, seriously, I'm so classic to hold XR right now. My friends are out there holding iPhone 12. What they will then do, because they've got so many contacts, they will start fishing these men to basically get them phones. They will start doing things that they shouldn't be doing, because they're so young. And sometimes it's like the parents are not even concentrating to know what their child is actually doing. A child would come. I've basically witnessed, I basically went and visited a friend, but she wasn't there at the time, so I had to start there. I basically had to wait for her, because when I called her, she said, oh, she was on her way. So I sat there, waited. After a couple of minutes, she got there. She got home. And her mom didn't realize, oh, she had a new phone. And she was like, oh, where did you get this phone from? Because when you left the house, you didn't have this phone. And then she was like, oh, Mom, it's because of Rene. That's why I basically got so excited. I forgot to tell you the story. But she was like, Mom, can you imagine, in this day and age, a guy could be this kind to me? And then she was like, what do you mean? She goes, at the shopping mall, we have a shopping mall at Tipagaras in Gambia. She goes, I basically wanted to make a phone call, and I dropped my phone smashed, like it was all over the place. This guy witnessed it all happen, and I was panicking, and then I had to pick my phone to basically fix it back, but nothing was working, and I was so stressed. So this guy basically saw the whole scene and came up to me and said, are you okay? And she was like, yes, I'm okay. And then she was like, no, I'm not okay. Can't you see my phone just basically dropped and it's broken? I need to make a phone call. Like, this is the phone that I have. I don't know when I'm going to afford to buy a phone. This, that. She just started going into panic attack. And then she said, the guy was like, oh, calm down. There's no point you stressing yourself over just a phone that just smashed. And then she was like, oh, she wanted to react back to the guy. And then the guy was like, look, I've got a spare phone that I don't even use, so you can have it. And this phone was Samsung, but I can't remember which Android it was. It was an Android phone, like a really nice Samsung, but I can't remember which model it was. And then my friend pulled out the phone. It's a brand new phone. I knew straight away she was lying, because I know what she was capable of, because she's my friend. We talk. But then the fact that the mom believed her straight away because of the story that she created. When she was walking me home, I just couldn't help it. I was like, girl, that story you pulled out there, that was a lie. I know that was a lie. She was like, Rene, you just know me. I said, I know you. Like, seriously, I can tell when someone is lying, and you was lying to your mom. I was like, in this day and age, No man would actually see you drop your phone and just come and say, here, that's my phone. Maybe that would happen, but not just like that. You know? She was like, actually, my boyfriend bought me this phone today. And my mom don't know that I'm dating this guy. So I had to lie. I was like, really? She was like, yeah, I had to. Do you know? So this basically shows you that some parents don't really care. As long as their child actually basically comes up with a story for them to believe, that's it. They don't actually go deeper to actually know whether their child is actually doing something right or not. So this is when a parent is actually losing, like basically tripping. Because if you're actually not protecting your child to know whether your child is doing the right thing or not, your child might be doing whatever they want out there in the streets. And when they come back, they'll be acting all like saints in the house, you know? And sometimes parents can be so strict that their children can't even tell them what they're doing, what they're up to and everything. And sometimes the child might feel like, you know what, I'm going to open a social media platform, make friends there, you know, and basically just be me. And that be me, to basically have a social media friend, that might be the end of you. Because you don't know those people. Social media friends are basically strangers. You can be putting yourself into so many dangers. Nowadays, it's like these Gambian girls, you know, I love my sisters. I absolutely love you guys. But this is something that we need to talk about, you know. If you're one of them and you're doing this, you need to stop it. Most of our Gambian brothers are out here working so hard, you know, believing that, oh, this is the girl of my dreams, you know. Once I'm done, I'm going to go back to Gambia and get married to you. Why these guys don't know, oh, the girl I'm dating, I'm sending her money every single month, is actually dating 3 others in the same country maybe, or in different parts of the world. Because of what? Because of what? You want your nails to look good every single 2 weeks. You want your lashes to be on point. You want your hair. When I say hair, like, would you believe Gambian girls can spend up to £600 just on weave? And I'll be thinking, how do you afford that? Like, how? When you look at me right now, look at my hair. Some Gambian girls won't even sit on social media or even take a picture with 2 braids on their head, because they'll be like, no. I had a friend once that said to me, because going uni, I used to have 2 braids on. Like, I think throughout like my time at uni, I only had like 2 braids on. And my friend basically said to me once, Rene, why are you so laid back? You don't even look after yourself. And I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, even to buy expensive hair, to do your hair, you don't want to. I was like, girl, I'm studying. I don't even have time for that. She goes, mate, you need to love yourself because you only live once. This girl was married but also had boyfriends that she met online. These guys were sending her money all the time for her to keep herself looking good. The crazy things that girls do on social media nowadays is crazy. It used to be that men that used to fish out women, but now it's actually women. And the fact that African women are actually doing it in the continent is even worse. We are losing our pride. You know, there's nothing more valuable than our pride. And this is what we are forgetting as women, as African women in the continent. You will see a girl driving posh car, having the latest phone, having the most expensive hair, wearing the most expensive outfit. And you're thinking, dang, maybe her parents are rich. And you don't even know. Maybe they live in the most horrible home ever. But for her to look good, it would take her anything for her to look good. She would do anything with her body for her to look good. She will lie for her to look good. All on social media. Social media, it's actually destroying us. And it is good for us to have social media, but I think there should be boundaries on social media on how we should use it as women. Because yes, we are using it, but then again, it's damaging us. I've seen what Rihanna had on, and I want it, and I know she has her own, clothing line. I want to buy it because I've seen one of my friends bought it online, and I want it too. I know I can't afford it because my parents can't even afford to put food on my table. What would I do? I'll go and sell myself on social media to get what I want. And then again, those same Gambian women sit down and ask people or ask herself, why am I not yet married? I'm 35, I'm 45 now, I'm 50, I'm still single, I'm not married. What's going on? What's going on? That's what you want to know? Because you wasted your life, your time, fishing out men on social media to get what you want. Because you don't want to settle down for anything less. You had all these Gambian kings around you that wanted to make you a queen, but you didn't want it because you wanted to look good. And now it's too late for you to get married. You're there asking questions. Who are you asking those questions? Definitely not God, but you're asking those questions to yourself because you've been fooling yourself for so long. But our parents have a big role to play. They need to know, especially when I say they need to know, it's basically the teenagers. Parents need to know what their kids are doing on their phone, on social media. You need to monitor your children. They need to have a limit on social media because too much of social media can have an impact on a child. Even too much of social media for adults is not good, not talking of children. So it's really important that parents watch out for this and talk to their kids, know what their children are up to, I can remember as a student, going to school and everything, my dad would want to know what I'm up to, like what I'm doing, because sometimes after school, instead of being home here by 4:30, 5 o'clock, I might get back home 6:30, sometimes 7, and then I'll just come up with different type of excuses and stuff like that. So at the end, what my dad did was download a tracker on my phone to know what I was doing, so that he knows where I was at a certain time. 3 o'clock, he knows, okay, school is over. Rene should be catching the first bus to town and then the second bus home. So if I don't do that, what's my reason? Where was I? I don't need to give him explanation because he knows exactly where was I. So all of this was just him protecting me. All of this was just him making sure that I'm not going to a next man's house. I'm not going to a next man's, to a stranger's house. All of that is because my dad was so secured, was so protective over me to make sure that I was safe at all time. Because sometimes you just hear that, a child has been missing after school because of what? They just went out with a guy that they met on social media. We see a lot of news how a girl was talking to a guy on social media. Next minute, she got raped when she met the guy. We hear a whole lot of stories how young girls or even boys get bullied on social media and parents don't even get to know about it till that child commits suicide. So it's very important parents know what their children is doing on social media. And if you're a child listening, if a stranger approaches you on social media, speak to your parents, show your parents, because your parent will always be your best guardian. Trust me. It may be hard sometimes, but at the end of the day, you will know the reason why they've been doing what they've been doing for you. And you will sit one day and smile and say, oh Lord, thank you, Mom, or thank you, Dad. It's very important. That was it really for this topic, just to chit chat about social media, what's been going on in Gambia, how girls are actually losing their pride in regards to social media. I want this because I can see someone having this. Instagram, Gambian girls, Gam Beauty, oh God, you see all sorts of different type of Gambian beautiful ladies, and you're thinking, how do they afford all this? Well, if you want to know, Go to Gambia or start chatting with these Gambian girls on social media, then you will know how they fish their men. But I'm saying, if you're a Gambian girl doing one of those yahoo thing, please, I'm begging you, change your ways before it's too late. Okay? We are so expensive, us women, and we should hold our flags high. If a man really wants that flag, they need to work hard for it. They need to sweat for it, and not just sit on social media and get us just so easy. That's all I'm saying. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and if you really like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to comment down below. I love you guys. Goodbye.